Hello there. This is a small video training on the high holidays ideas and strategies, and I'm super excited to share this with you. Before I get started, my name is Hani Wolshansky, and I'm the founder of Discover Ed Consulting, which is a results-driven company designed for early childhood educators and for people that are looking for strategies and ideas and tips on how to best connect with children. So I'm going to share here with you about 10 different ideas that you could do with your children. These are ideas ranging from ages about 3 all the way till 7, and I'll show you how you can make adaptations based on the age group that you're teaching. So let's get started first over here. The first thing I want to tell you about is that children learn best through sensory and tactile experiences, especially for the younger children. The way that they process information and the way that the information really stays inputted in their brain is when they're touching, smelling, hearing, tasting, feeling it. So whenever you are going to be bringing an experience to the children that you want them to deeply connect with, think about is this an experience that is multi-sensory? Is this an experience that the children are going to be able to really get into? So right over here, you'll see this is a provocation, which is an invitation to explore. These are little the applesauce Go-Go's. These are the covers of that. And these are cinnamon sticks with apple-scented Play-Doh. So when you're introducing the concept of apples dipped in honey, or that whole concept when it comes to Rosh Hashanah and apples, you want to give them that exposure to it, but in all of their senses, totally attack all the senses. So you can create this apple-scented Play-Doh, which is very simple. It's apple-scented conditioner mixed with cornstarch. And you mix that together and you create this experience over here. And then you put cinnamon sticks, and this is just an addition to that as well. And the children can play with that. So they're having that apple-scented experience along with the cinnamon sticks. Over here, this is just a concept of bees. Again, this is like a little flower with some yellow buttons, yellow beads, and just a little jar that looks like a bee. So again, this is exposing the children to the concept of bees. And this is just a little invitation. Again, these are for younger children. So if your kids are super young, like 3s or something like that, this is a great idea to get them started with. This is a fantastic idea that you could take all the way from young kids all the way up to much older kids. So it's actually a homemade geoboard. And what it is it's a regular corkboard that you can buy from any store, Walmart, Target, Amazon, wherever you want. And then you buy these push pins and colorful rubber bands. And what I did here was I wrote shofar, Torah, sukkah, apple, and honey. Some of the 4 basic key vocabulary words that we want children to learn when it comes to the high holidays. And these are the pictures. So for younger kids, for children are just learning the concept of print, matching the shofar to the shofar just gives them that concept that this is the word shofar. So in Hebrew school, you can actually write shofar in Hebrew if you want to give them that association with the Hebrew letters and this picture. You could turn it into some kind of like bingo game. You could turn this into anything. This is just a visual representation. And again, sensory experiences because the children are using the rubber bands to connect the two of them. This is how children learn best. This is how they process the information on its highest form. So as much as you could stay away from worksheets or handouts, use tactile experiences. And that's what all these ideas are all about. Over here is again the concept of apple pie, or you could put a picture of honey cake if you want. And over here, I just have red and yellow Play-Doh. Very simple. And this is a little ramekin dish. And what the children did was they created their own apple pies. So again, you don't always have to send them this project that they're actually taking home with them. Sometimes the experience of doing it in the classroom and not even necessarily taking it home proves to be even more valuable because the teacher isn't focused on this end product. Like, we got to send something home. We got to send something home. No, you don't. You could do some experience with the children in the classroom, and they will take that home so much faster because it's the memory, it's the representation, it's how they're processing it in their brain. Think about the end result. What do you want them to actually come home with? Do you want them to come home with the end project, or do you want them to come home with the concept in their mind and be able to repeat that to their family at the holiday table, or have that something that's deeply imprinted in their brain? That's what you really want. So always think about that. Are you going for the project, or are you going for what are the children really taking away with them? Okay, here's another just great idea. I know that a lot of schools are all like, we have to make these model sukkahs or edible sukkahs or all these different stuff. And those are great. And if you do them, fantastic. I'm sharing with you my little snippet of the world. Okay. So over here, this is my, oopsie. Okay. We got to get back there for a second. Hold on a second there. Sorry. We got a little mixed up here. Let's just get back to the screen. Little glitch. Okay. And we're back. Okay. So yeah, so over here, this was just, again, a little invitation. So this is clay. I made it homemade. You don't have to do that. You can buy clay from the store. These are skewers. These are fresh leaves that we picked from outside. And these are cut up cardboard boxes. And what I did was I put it out on the table. This is my dining room table right over here. And I printed out a bunch of different pictures of sukkahs. And my son, who's over here, he was 5 years old at the time, he built this sukkah on his own. So he also used this hole puncher to like punch little holes and create this like concept of like the schach falling through the skewers, which were the bamboo. Now, again, this is not a project that the child can actually take home, although they can if you want, if you have enough, and they, you could take home something like this. This is incredible. Look what he built. Look what he created. Just the concept of there's the 4 sides, and just the conversation I was able to have with him was incredible. So again, he isn't taking home this edible sukkah that he's eating and demolishing while he's in the car on the way back home from Hebrew school. This is something he might keep for a little bit longer. And even if he doesn't, it was something that he built it and crafted on his own. So again, think about your parent body, think about your demographic, think about where you are. You don't have to do these ideas. I want to show you possibilities of opening your mind to different concepts that there are out there, that don't feel that you have to be limited to, well, we've always been done with doing this, and this is what parents like, and this is the way it's been. Don't do that. Think about doing something a little bit different. Try to expand the ideas. Try to see how am I further expanding the children's brain, and how am I opening up their mind to other ideas and possibilities that there are out there. I think this is my final picture. Over here, this is just a beautiful invitation. So for those of you that have a building for your school, or even if you don't have a building, if you have like a little space right before all the parents come into the different classes, setting up a beautiful display table, or in preschool we call it a discovery table, really intrigues the parents. Because again, in any type of educating setting, you're educating the kids, you're also educating the parents. So think about for a minute, how am I educating the parents? So a lot of times we educate the parents by sending them articles or blog posts or this or that, or they come to the shul and they hear the rabbi speaking. Sometimes parents also learn through tactile experiences. So put this out. Look how beautiful this is. It's just pictures of a ram's horn and the apple dipped in honey and real shofars and real apples and a real honey dish. And parents could start asking questions like, oh, why is there a picture of a ram's horn here? Well, the shofar comes from a ram's horn, Look at the honey. You can get the parents to taste from it. Bring out those concepts for the parents to do as well. And even if the parents don't touch it, the kids will, okay? Even 8, 9, 10-year-old kids will touch these things. People like to touch everything, okay? It doesn't matter how old you are. Everyone likes to touch everything. That being said, putting something like this out is incredible. And then against the wall, you could put out different blessings. You could put out little snippets, little points to remember, fun facts, all kinds of stuff like that. Use your environment to educate the parents and the kids. You don't have to consistently create a game and a this and a this and a that and overwhelm yourself by all these different fun things because everyone else is doing them. Think about, what do I want to do? What is going to best speak to my group of parents? How am I best educating my community in the way that they understand to learn about this Jewish holiday? And here's the last thing. This is great for older kids, children that are 5, 6, 7 years old, even older. It's just a beautiful invitation over here with real apples, a plant, some crayons, and red and white paper. And the invitation is to create apples or to create an apple tree or something that signifies a concept of apples, because that's what we do on Rosh Hashanah. We dip the apple in the honey. So the children will create something here on their own. If you create something like a concept like a journey binder throughout the year in your Hebrew school, or whatever it is that you create, this could be a beautiful page to keep inside there. So again, it's not just like, oh, let's give them some coloring sheets and keep them busy while I don't know what. No, put it out, set it out beautifully. Look how beautiful this is. Look how exciting this is for the child to come to, as opposed to just a coloring sheet with a picture of an apple for them to color in. Let them touch the apple and then create their own apple on the paper. So that's it for today. I want to thank you so much for watching. And you can leave a comment, ask me any questions. Posting this on the YouTube channel, so you can post a comment, ask questions, I'll respond to them. And I wish you the best of luck and wishing everyone a happy and a sweet new year. Oh, whoops, there's one more clip, sorry. Okay, so over here, this is also like a super exciting clip. We have over here honey painting. So over here is just a bottle of honey with a paintbrush and white paper. So the kids can paint with honey, which is, again, super exciting. And you don't have to bring out smocks and all this kind of stuff. Just let them paint with that. This is also a really great tactile thing to put like on the discovery table that I was showing you before. So it's just a bucket of honey in a Ziploc bag taped shut with duct tape so it doesn't squirt everywhere. And the kids could just like touch it and see the bubbles of honey that form. And over here is just another super exciting activity with red, yellow, and green apples, creating a graph. So either how many kids like which color apple, or whatever it is on that. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.